Saturdays 4 to 5 p.m. Ground Zero. This program is exclusive to Invicta 98.9 FM. Tune in.
Lovely Tuesday evening. Now you're right here listening to Invicta 98.9 FM. And like always at 5 every Tuesdays, you know it's a time for the Never Dull Moment program on radio. That's Ground Zero. And today on the program Ground Zero, we shall be looking at some of these very, very hot trending issues. And trending issues would never end in Nigeria, because some people say Nigeria is a theater of the absurd, while some other people believe that Nigeria is a place where great and wonderful things happen under the sun. And so on Ground Zero today, we'll be talking about a particular gentleman. He's already a governor. He's one of the youngest governors and wants to take it beyond being a governor and being a president. We'll also be looking at the message from the DSS that some persons are trying to foment trouble in Nigeria using religion. And guess what? My guests on the program today, they are not new to us. They are people that have contributed to Ground Zero for so many, well, I wouldn't say yes, for so many episodes of the program. And so first I have with me on the program, all the way from Kogi State, a veteran journalist and one that is a commentator on political issues in Nigeria, in the person of John Aduku. John Aduku, welcome to Ground Zero.
Thank you, Simon.
All right. How is Kogi State?
Kogi State, fine. We are okay.
Yeah. And I'm sure all the fresh and beautiful food over there, you are enjoying them, because I know everything there is natural.
Oh boy, very fresh food, very fresh air. I don't go anywhere knocking my head. I'm at home and there is free air.
Yeah.
The fear of corona is not as much as there in Kaduna. People are going at normal businesses. So we are free here.
All right. Thank you so much, John Aduku. I also have with me on the program today another gentleman who is also not new to the program. He's a good governance advocate, and he is a young man. So youth power now. Talking about Dangwa Abbas Danjuma. How are you today?
Very well, thank you, and my greetings to the listening public.
Okay, and you've met our two guests. So today on the program, we will be looking at the presidential ambition of Governor Yahaya Bello, which is gaining momentum, I would say, because in recent time, the Speaker of the Kogi State House of Assembly has gone to Bauchi State to tell the people in Bauchi the ambition of the governor and how they want to, how they are fully in support of the governor and how they want others to also support the governor. Also, just earlier today, a particular group in Abuja also threw their weight behind him when they held a press conference telling the world that Governor Yahaya Bello is the best and he's someone that everybody should support and throw their weight behind. And that, I would say, is another support that is coming to coming to Yahaya Bello. And his presidential ambition is not something that people would say they are just hearing about it. For a couple of weeks now, it has been on the lips of so many people, most especially his supporters in Kogi State. That is the first item that we are looking on the program today. Now, the second item that we are looking at on the program today is one that has to do with security. When we talk about security, many Nigerians are curious to know what we are talking about. The Department of State Services, DSS, have come out to say that have alerted Nigerians and the general public on what it says were plans by some elements working with external forces to incite religious violence across the country. The DSS in a press statement says that the targeted states of this unpatriotic plot include Sokoto, Kano, Kaduna, Plateau, Rivers, Oyo, Lagos, and states of the southeastern Nigeria. Part of the plan, according to the Nigerian security outfit, is to cause interreligious conflict as well as using foot soldiers to attack some worship centers, religious leaders, personalities, key and vulnerable points in the country. The State Security Services, DSS, according to its spokesperson, Dr. Peter Afunaya, cautions all Nigerians to be wary of these antics and shun all divisive tendencies aimed at inciting or setting them against one another. These are the two main things that we will be talking about on the program Ground Zero today. And of course, we'll also touch on the fact that we have feelers indicates that schools may really not resume on the 18th of January as the Academic Staff Union of University, that's ASU, have come out to say that schools have not been provided with the necessary items that would help them to resume as at when due. So let's go straight into talking about these issues, starting with the first one, the ambition of Governor Yahaya Bello to metamorphose into President Yahaya Bello. John Aduku,
Yes.
what would be your take on this? First of all, what's your impression about this whole idea of Governor Yahaya Bello metamorphosing into President Yahaya Bello?
Well, Elisabon,
Yes.
I think the ambition is laughable.
How?
It's laughable in the sense that before you aspire to be a high office, the small office you are holding, people should know the benefit of that office, what you have done for the people and what the people have benefited. If Yahaya Bello becomes the president of this country, how will Yahaya Bello pay salaries? You'll be paying salaries by 2%, 10%, 15%, 20%, which is not possible. In fact, those people calling for Yahaya Bello to become president, I think it is not for nothing. If not, how can any sane person will push Yahaya Bello to look for presidency? Come to Kogi and see, is there anything on the ground that look like a state capital? Yahaya Bello that claimed that President Buhari is his godfather. Has Buhari come to Kogi with the 5 years that Yahaya Bello now is the governor of Kogi State? What has he commissioned? Come to Kogi State. This is a state that you call it confluent state. Kogi State, the headquarters of Kogi State, which is Lokoja, is like a glorified local government headquarters. In fact, some local government headquarters are even better. Even Maimane, which is a suburb of my own headquarters of Olamaboro local government.
Yeah.
I think I can say it's even better than Lokoja, the state capital. And the presidency, or anybody becoming a presidency, if the person is supposed to be a joker, then that person will be a joker in the park. Kogi State, anybody supporting Yahaya Bello for governor, that person must have been given a tip to go and say, I want Yahaya Bello to be president. What will Yahaya Bello's president, what will it give Nigeria? What are we going to benefit from the presidency of Yahaya Bello? I think it's a waste of time. The man that even went to Bauchi, well, he is lucky that I'm sure they gave him a free vehicle and free fuel money. If not, how can somebody waste his time? The presidency of this country is not zoned to North Central, where Yahaya Bello comes from.
Okay.
On to the southwest.
Okay.
And Yahaya Bello cannot challenge Bola Tinubu because it was Tinubu that forced Yahaya Bello on the people of Kogi State that is now enjoying the loot that is having from the federal allocation. That is what I will say for now.
All right. Danjuma Abbas, Yahaya Bello, representing the young generation, the youths of Nigeria, the clamor, the hopes and dreams of every Nigerian that someday Yahaya Bello represents aspiration that has come to pass as a governor, and now he wants to be the president. What is your take on this?
Well, for one, I would say Yahaya Bello is not a youth by the definition of what a youth is. He may be a young governor,
but he's less than 45.
Yeah, but a young governor, but not a youth. I mean, let's bring in the global best practice to how we define youth in this country.
Okay,
and it is actually the best thing for us to see young people aspire and play a critical role in governance.
Yeah.
And however, we would have loved to be more inspired to say, yes, this is somebody who is doing as best as we have wanted and as best as the young people have agitated to be given the opportunity to be in the helms of affairs.
Yeah.
I will not want to disagree with what the elder veteran has said about the government of Yahaya Bello, and I think I have followed his commentary over the years around that. But again, I want to cast our mind back to the fact that the non-payment of salaries did not start with Yahaya Bello's administration.
Okay.
I think the past governor, Captain Idris Wada, was also culpable around not being able to pay the civil service in Kogi State their due, even when he was leaving office. I remember that critics even brought that forward as what they held against him in advocating for the return of Prince Abubakar Audu, and how it later culminated into Yahaya Bello clinching that ticket in the first instance. Now, that said, I want to again say that most of the administrations that we have had again in 2015 found themselves in very unfamiliar realities. Unfamiliar because the high wage bill that was witnessed in governments, here in Kaduna State, at the local government level, there was so much downsizing accrediting who is a worker and who isn't. And even right now as we speak, if you go to our local government secretariats, the figures that reflect on the wage bill does not really reflect in the numbers of people that are every day signing in for work. And so when you have that situation, if that is the kind of situation that I've had people who are pro-Yahaya Bello saying in Kogi State, then again, it means that we have to look deeper than just the issue of non-payment of salaries. Okay. But be it as it may, this non-payment of salaries, I believe, have caused a lot of hardship on the people of Kogi State, especially for those people who may be caught in between, who have been putting down the hours of work and yet not receiving their dues as desired. Recently I followed on Twitter a campaign, put Kogi First. I don't know if you had seen that campaign, Kogi First, Kogi First, Kogi First. And I started wondering, what is it really? And there were insinuations that Yahaya Bello's administration has attracted more investments in terms of industrialization or businesses, foreign direct investments in Kogi State than most of the other states in northern Nigeria. And I think based on the rating that the Twitter community had brought out, they said Kogi State was coming first. Now, I will want to say again that while we are at it, let us be willing to x-ray the scorecard of the person, whether or not he has performed. And like Mr. John Aduku has reported, even from Kogi Live right now, it is actually a thing of worry to hear someone who has not really given a good stewardship of himself as governor stepping his foot forward for this kind of job. I mean, the office of the President of the Federal Republic is one that comes with so much expectations. And these expectations, I remember in 2015, there was the issue of experience. There was the issue of one being a Democrat. You look at how many people who have been arbitrarily arrested for airing out their views in Kogi. You look at the violence that greeted that election in 2019. The SDP candidate shared so much of that to the Nigerian public. And I think that these are issues that should really reflect on how we want to pick a president. We should be interested in having people who really have their ambitions in tandem with the aspirations of the people, and they will not do anything contrary to the will of the people as far as democracy is practiced.
All right. John Aduku, are you with me?
I'm with you.
Okay, now, this particular group, they call themselves PYB Frontier, held a press conference today in Abuja. And while they are addressing the press in Abuja to formally kickstart their activities, the chairman of the group, Alhaji Hans Mohammed, noted that Governor Yahaya Bello in the area of security, quality education, qualitative healthcare delivery, and particularly the management of novel COVID-19 pandemic in the state was outstanding. That is the reason why they wanted to come and replicate these things nationally. Can you one after the other give your scores of Yahaya Bello in the area of security, qualitative education, quality healthcare, and management of COVID-19?
The thing, it continues to amaze me, and I continue to laugh. All those things you mentioned about Bello in Kogi is zero. Wow. In my place here in Imani, where I'm speaking to you now from my village in Imani.
Yeah.
The welfare, the clinic we have here is just like what do we say? Abacha said, I don't know how to describe it. The place has been taken over by weeds. There was a time I posted the hospital in that place on Facebook, I think sometime last week, which was overtaken by weeds. Go to any clinic in Kogi State, in the rural areas, you won't see anybody, let alone taking your person there for medication. Then coming to security, you read on Facebook about 2 days ago when a brother from Dubai, an oil magnate, came to Kogi in Nida. He was assassinated. Somebody, Atanu.
Yes. Yes, I'm listening.
Good. He's an oil magnate in Dubai. He came home during Xmas and he was killed about 3-4 days ago in broad daylight in Nida. And people are still being assassinated around. People are being kidnapped. From in my village here, a former principal of a secondary school, Imane Community Secondary School, Mr. Donald Doka, his children, 2 of his children and a nephew were kidnapped from Imane here. In Angpa, the acting agent of Angpa was kidnapped. He had to part with the sum of 5 million naira. That was about 2 weeks ago before he was released. And all what you said about Kogi, I think when we talk about Yahya Bello, Kogi is Kogi is in the dark. We don't have anything to show that we are a state that anybody can come and record with. You have been passing Lokoja to your place.
Yeah.
You see the market by the left.
Yeah.
That market was built by Ibrahim Idris.
Idris,
was good. Apart from that market, there is no any other market in Kogi that you say that is worth anything. Then coming, look, for the past 1 year, there is no water in Lokoja. And we are sitting on water. It is the saying that there is water everywhere, but no water to drink. What is happening in Kogi is a shame. No road. Yahya Bello collected 10 billion on federal roads in Kogi State. Where is the federal road? All those money collected was done by late Abubakar Audu and some other 2 governors that left. Yahya Bello, there is no COVID-19 in Kogi. Yahya Bello collecting money meant to take care of COVID-19. Is that not double speak? So, I am very sorry. Well, I was born before independence. I cannot say that I regretted being in Kogi, but I thank God that other governors, they did something and there are something to see on the ground.
Okay.
Bello, if he leaves Kogi as governor, we are waiting for the legacy that anybody can point at that this is the legacy of that is worth 1 billion naira.
All right. Okay, I'll quickly come back to Martins now. And one of the areas that, because even recently he was on national television, talking about the fact that the COVID-19 pandemic, that they don't have a pandemic in Kogi State. And like what this group is saying now, that Yahya Bello was able to manage that, that's right, it was that low and all of that. First, Yahya Bello managing the most popular thing in the country now. What do you think has been happening? Because the numbers are quite low in Kogi State, very low.
Well, I think.
Meanwhile, Kogi State, like you heard, is a junction where people from all across the nation would meet, from the southeast, southwest, north, and all of that.
I think if you've listened to the statements from the Presidential Task Force on COVID-19, you know some of the low numbers are as low as the number of tests that are conducted in those states. Kaduna State has been. We have to give that credit to the governor of Kaduna State. I've been very proactive and up and doing around COVID-19, especially with the enforcement of compulsory tests now for all civil servants of the state. Now, you can see that such kind of measures are really helping provide the statistical data around this. But to say that the man who didn't even believe that there was a need to enforce any protocol at all from the very onset, and who have not shown any desire to see to it that there are that these tests are conducted. I think we should even remember again that the test for COVID-19 is not something that every medical lab is conducting. So to say that does Kogi State even have the facilities for that? And in the case where they are doing, they have ventured to do what other states started. I mean, transporting those samples to the laboratories designated for that by the NCDC. You will agree with me that clearly, in the case of Kogi, the numbers are just as low as the number of tests that have been conducted. So there is really, on that, I don't think that there is any basis that the team there will say that this is something that Nigerians should buy from Kogi in terms of having GYB, as they call him, the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria come 2023.
All right, you're listening to Ground Zero on Invicta 98.9 FM, and on the program today, I have John Aduku, a veteran journalist, calling in all the way from Kogi State, and also I have Danjuma Abbas Dangwa with me in the studio, and together we are looking at these issues. Let's quickly take a commercial break. When we come back, we are going to look at the alarm that the Department of State Services (DSS) have sounded that some unscrupulous elements are trying to foment trouble using religion to cause mayhem across the country. It's Invicta 98.9 FM. All right, welcome back from that commercial timeout. You're still listening to Ground Zero right here on Invicta 98.9 FM. My guest on the program today, John Aduku, a veteran journalist, connecting with me all the way from Kogi State, and also Danjuma Abbas Dangwa with me live in the studio. We talked about the ambition of Governor Yahaya Bello to metamorphose into President Yahaya Bello, and they have both given their impressions and their opinion. You, the listener, at some point would also tell us what you feel. Now, we'll quickly look at the alarm that was raised by DSS that there are plots to incite religious violence in Nigeria, and that they are warning everybody to be careful, to watch out, and to report anything. John Aduku, why is this coming at this point in time?
Well, let me tell you that people are disenchanted with this government already. And why? Because of insecurity. You are in your house, you don't have freedom, you are on the road, you don't have freedom, you are in the school, you are not safe. So the thing is crisis everywhere. What is happening is people are no longer happy with this administration, and they know they are just trying to cover it up. And what is happening is, right now, the country has been divided. The Afenifere, they are calling for Oduduwa State. The Igbos are calling for Biafra, IPOB is there. And they accuse the Northerners that they don't want to release other parts of the country because they have nothing to show as a partner. You see, the problem we are now having, the government is not serious. Recently, the Chief of Army Staff came on air and said they now know that some senior army officers are planning a coup. Up till now, they have not told us. If it is before, you don't tell people that they are planning, you just arrest them.
Straight away.
This is what we have. But what is happening now is the security agents, the DSS, well, they know what they are doing. They have seen it now. And I'm happy since they know it now. They should nip it in the bud before it escalates.
Okay, well, by your impression, is the right move and the right call in the right direction?
Which one?
It is a right move and the right call for them to tell us that this is what is happening.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Time has come for us to have confidence in our government.
All right.
Tell us, hide anything. What you hide, people are already in the know. It comes out on Facebook. So as a government, speak the truth to your citizens.
Okay.
Nigeria will follow us. And that's why all the policies of government have been bringing, we have been following it religiously. But it's the government that is the problem of itself.
Okay. All right. Danjuma Abbas, what's your impression about this and the call? Is it the call in the right direction?
Well, I think for the fact that we are all living in this country and the reality is right before us. Let me say that from 2015 till date, I'm sorry to say this, but President Muhammadu Buhari has not really managed well the diversity of the Nigerian state, and you have had a lot of these uprisings and issues that are of national importance seems to just go unnoticed or discounted by the people who should really take such matters seriously. If it is anything to go by, the alarm now coming from the Department of State Security is not in any way a news that is strange. I mean, 2003 had become like now, right from 2019. Immediately after we got through the 2019 elections, the entire political space have become have gone on one direction. Just 2023. And this 2023 we are talking about has been the conversation right from 2019, and now we're in 2021. Let me say it now that the political class in this nation have never been as desperate as we are seeing today. And it is not actually something that has to do with the opposition anymore, because you have seen most of these actors even from within the ruling party. So what is happening in this nation when people are talking about political appointments, how they are skewed, when people are unable to really point in the direction of how budgets are being implemented, when people are agitated as to how government can decide to look away from the development needs of the citizenry, even the issue of security, how it has been poorly handled, you can say that yes, Nigeria is actually primed for anything. And we thank God because it's grace that has kept us. And now that the DSS is bringing this to the notice of everyone, I believe that it is in the best interest of this nation that the DSS is putting this information public, because at the end of the day, the masterminds of this thing will require people who will carry out their bidding. And if the people who should do so are hearing clearly this message, I believe that it will go a long way when we refuse to allow people burn down this country and ensure that the tranquility that we still have can be maintained, and hopefully we will sail through beyond 2023 to get Nigeria back to prosperity.
All right, let's quickly and finally look at the third item that we have today, which is ASU says universities are unlikely to resume on January 18 due to second wave of COVID-19. And their main reason is that the government has not put in place all of the things that they require in schools for students to come back to school. John Aduku, ASU most likely thinking of going on strike again because some other unions, even in the university, the senior staff union and the non-academic staff union are going on test strike and all of that. What is your take about this, John Aduku?
Well, let me say again, let me repeat again that our government, they are not serious, especially on this COVID-19. This is the government that has been dishing out politics, do's and don'ts about COVID-19. But it is the same government that is breaking the law.
How?
That is, you see people killing to get the national
identification number.
Is it proper now for government trying to curtail this pandemic to bring that program? You go and collect name registration, and there is a deadline. You know how Nigerians behave. We are too desperate to get anything, and that is what is happening.
Okay.
You said there is coronavirus pandemic in the country, and you are bringing that type of program. I saw people in Lagos, the day they said they went on strike.
Yeah.
The workers of NIMSI.
Yes.
I was amazed. If you see the crowd, there is no social distance. If you just rub me, I rub you. No face mask, and what you have. See, the government is helping Nigerians to die. Okay, all the people that are dying, if you know, it is the names of big guns in the society. It is the big men that are dying that you hear their name. Well, what of the poor masses that are dying? As long as you are not rich, you won't hear your name that you are dead. The government, they should help us. They should help themselves. The policies they are introducing, they are the people that are breaking the law.
Okay, now, do you want to go with ASU that schools should not resume until all of those things are provided?
Look, ASU should not resume. The people, look, it is when you are alive that you go to school.
Okay.
It is when you are alive that you go to school. ASU should not, they should not resume, because our children, we don't have money to treat them if they are caught up with COVID-19. From what we had, to cure one person COVID-19, it takes more than 4 million. I don't know whether it is true or false. Where will the poor man have that money?
All right.
And then the people in the villages, they are vulnerable. The National Orientation Agency, which is supposed to go around and tell people what to do, they don't. And they campaign that coronavirus is around, is the mass media doing the campaign free of charge. Why the government workers, why the government itself are taking the money? Look at the palliatives. What happened to the palliatives? Federal government gives palliatives. Let's
leave that of palliative for now, because if we start that, I'm sure 10 hours we can't finish it, which is indeed not something that any Nigerian desire. Let me quickly come back to Martins now.
Well, in my opinion, because of the fact that our government have enjoyed ample time to plan for this, I met a student of University of Liverpool lately who is writing his exams here in Kaduna State. And that is ongoing. You know, Kaduna State University, for instance, have deployed the virtual learning space tool to aid education development. Let me say that human capital development is essential for nation building. While we agree that COVID-19 may have slowed down a lot of things, let us also agree that we will have done or bypassed this kind of delay in ensuring that our teeming young people are able to access education. Let me say clearly that the government who is responsible for expending our resources should have actually gone the extra mile to ensure that there are virtual learning tools and aid for all of these universities, even from 2020 when they did the supplementary budget. Yeah. We shouldn't be talking about that now. So if ASU, as the people who are actually the custodians of ensuring that this quality education is stepped down, are having the feeling that our schools are not ready, I think it is actually a call for responsibility that our government should take seriously.
All right. 081-40,989 and 07087-800-989 are the numbers to dial to add your voice to our conversation. We'd also urge you to go to the Invicta FM Facebook page and drop your comment at Invicta FM Kaduna, and of course at Ground Zero 247 Twitter handle. We can attend to you. Let's take our first call this evening. Hello, good evening. Welcome to Ground Zero.
Good evening, Mr. Aziz.
Good evening. You're welcome to the program.
My order in Kogi State. Good evening. I am Martin. Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
My name is Musa Bala.
All right, Musa Bala.
Yes, on the issue of Yahya Bello, just like Mr. Heath, Mr. John Aduko, and Mr. Martins, and Mr. Musa Bala, we have the constitutional right to contest for the year 2023 presidential ticket.
Okay.
So it's not for Nigerians to make their choice. He's exercising his constitutional rights and he shall not be denied. And on the issue of DSS alert, they have done their part. It's left for Nigerians to agree or not to agree. But I hope majority of Nigerians will agree by what has happened and what is going on in the country now. Certainly there are enemies of Nigeria who want to bring down this country by all means, simply because they are not happy with some of the policy of the government. One of the policy, for example, I think is the ability of the government now to access those funds that were dormant for 6 years and nobody has come to identify himself with that money. And on the issue of names, it's not a matter of character changing of Nigerians. I did my own in 2013. Now, government did not tell us to go and start queuing for names number. The platform and the program has been there for long. Go and get it at the right time. I have gone to their offices several times. I saw them sitting without anybody. It has been there for more than 10 years. It's just a matter of willingness to go and do it. It's just like the voters card. When registration are taking place, people will not go. Until when it is a week or two to close registration of voters card, they will start rushing. Even to collect the card, people will not go. Until when it is a week or two to elections, they will start rushing. We have seen it in VVN. So if NIMS now or if NCC should now extend it, okay, to this year's December, people will now start going about other things until first week of December, they will start rushing. So that is the attitude of Nigeria. But don't blame government. Government did not ask you to go and start joining queue. What government says is that link your member, link your name number with your SIM. There's nothing much more than that. Lastly, on ASU. Well, ASU are always looking for an excuse. The floor is free. Some Nigerians are saying that they should not go back. I'm saying that they should consider the number of times they are going on strike and whether what they are asking is actually being put in place or it is just part of their money. But what I want to say is that Nigeria is quite different from President Muhammadu Buhari. Hurt your country. When Buhari goes, you start healing yourself. May God continue to bless Nigeria with good leaders, no matter where they come from, no matter their religion, no matter their tribe and region. And may God distance us from bad leaders, anywhere they are, corrupt leaders with their agents who are saying that money should be given back to them. Good evening. God bless Muhammadu Buhari. God bless Nigeria.
Thank you so much, Musa Bala. Let's take this call. Hello, good evening.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah. In fact, thank you for putting us on this enlightenment. Yahya Bello, sir. I think what motivated him is he break one jeep in Kogi State. You know, if you look at how Kogi was before, it was almost ruled by a particular tribe. So when he came, in fact, nobody knows the miracle he did that he changed that. So he is believing that maybe if he comes in as a president, if he says he's going for president, maybe he's going to change so many things. I think to me, that is too early. Let us fight to get as the young people is saying. What Nigerian word now is let Nigeria sleep with two eyes.
All right.
On DSS, to me, DSS, I think they what they are calculating, they don't Nigeria the truth. Because what is going to happen is that, like me, 18 years, nobody has seen me in Kaduna State that limited. Hunger is going to be the cause of that when Nigeria are going to come outside. Hunger, hardship, that's a major something, not question of religion or this or that. After all, when the president appointed a particular tribe, a particular region to dominate the other one, nobody protested. We are all happy with each other. So hunger is a major something that Nigeria are going to protest. And I assure you, if there's no changes, we are going to protest, including our children.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Let's take this other call. Hello, good evening. Welcome to Ground Zero.
My gentleman, good evening.
Good evening. You're welcome to the program. What's your name and where you calling us from?
Danjuma and John Aduku, I greet you.
We greet you
I'm
too.
Kure by name.
All right,
Yes.
Mr. Kure.
Thank God, Aduku has exposed Yahya Bello at last. I keep on hearing Yahya Bello. Is it not the same Yahya Bello before his election? They said that he's owing his civil servant almost 2 years salary. Where will he put out the remaining 2 million Nigerians, 200 million Nigerians? Should just keep that thing aside. Me, I keep on saying it. APC did not dream to come to power. That's why all what they are doing, they keep on having mistakes. All they promise us, we cannot even see it on ground. Rather, they are keeping piling more problem to us. Issue of protest or no protest or religion or by DSS, they know it. The time they were going to southwest or southeast for campaigning, people come out to say that there's no any road that they wrote issue of religion there. So why is it the appointment is going one-sided? I keep on imagining what is happening in this country. But we never relent. God will surely give us leaders that will take us to that place. Issue of ASU, they shouldn't go back. Because when somebody that is alive is the person that want to read. Yeah. And me, I keep on saying it. The timing is very wrong.
Okay.
COVID-19 will not kill all of us. So either VVN or whatever, they should gather all our either driving license or former national ID card or whatever, or VVN. They should gather it and get the information. Those that have not registered, they should go and register there. I keep on saying it. Me, I have almost 5 the same information. Why must they force people to go and between? Do they want us to die, all of us? God is more than them. Have a wonderful day. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. I think we are really running out of time. Mr. John Aduku, I don't know whether you were able to pick some of the contributions from the listeners.
You said what?
Were you able to pick some of the contributions from our listener? Was it clear enough for you?
Yeah, it was okay.
All right. Quickly react to them and give us your rounding up in 1 minute.
Well, I thank everybody for contributing, and I'm happy that my contribution was not controverted.
Okay.
So what I said was what is happening in Nigeria, and especially the issue of Yahya Bello. If they should name anybody for president in this country, not Yahya Bello. They still know Niaram at all, I beg.
Danjuma Abbas, quickly, your parting shot.
Well, I want to encourage the people of Kogi, the ones who are also living in Kogi State, as well as all other well-meaning Nigerians, who will be the ones who know better some of these candidates that are going to put their foot forward for the office of the president come 2023, to please tell us the truth about these people, so that when the time comes, we will know that when the time comes to make that decision, we'll be making an informed decision in the best interest of this country. Not to go with the media hype that we see around, ranking first in this, ranking first in that, or no, this is why he couldn't do this is why he couldn't do that. Come out and tell us the true situation of things, so that we can actually have a scorecard, a measuring parameter to know why that candidate is suitable. On the issue of the DSS, I encourage all well-meaning Nigerians to join ranks, especially we the masses, I will say the citizens of this country, to join ranks. Let's close ranks together in the best interest of our country, not to allow divisive elements who think that they know our trigger points to come and like they say in pidgin English, join our heads into a fight where at the end of the day we all stand to lose everything. Please and please, in the best interest of this country, let elections not turn to war. Let us ensure that we are watchful this time. We are mindful of who is the candidate. We are mindful of what the expectations are. And we're also mindful of the fact that we are going to see to it that we have free, credible and transparent elections come 2023. Not one that is induced to violence, not one that will involve the loss of lives and bring this country into a state of blood.
All right.
Thank you.
That's about the size of the program, hoping that we've been able to get across to you and also shed more light on these issues. You can go to Invicta FM Facebook page at Invicta FM Kaduna and see the comments that has been dropped by our various followers. I'd have loved to read some of them, but unfortunately, time is our friend and we must respect our friend, so we must respect time. I'll be on again on Saturday from 4 to 5. But between now and then, like always, I said, very big thank you to John Aduko. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ahis.
And to Danjuma Abbas.
Thank you so much, Ahis, and thank you to the listening public too.
Okay, and to you that kept faith with us, even up till this time, I say a very big thank you, and telling you to, let's hook up on Saturday from 4 to 5. Like always, plant a tree today, water it, and watch it grow. May the good mighty Lord bless and keep us all.
Amen.
I'm the peacemaker with a passion for crowd satisfaction. I am Ahis Admon.